I checked my angles, so I should be good to do this intro. Hello everyone, Pammaster47 here, and welcome back to another Titanic building live thingy. I realized my sound was on my laptop. Don't want double the voice. But anyway, yeah, I'm sorry guys, last episode, the power went out mid-episode, which sucked. But it honestly wasn't that bad. I mean, the only bad thing that did happen was the world got corrupted. So thank God I had a backup. I thought I had. No, I just downloaded it off the cloud. And yeah, I had a backup. Thank God I could download from the cloud. So you know the whole world didn't immediately get deleted. Thank God. We just lost last episode's progress. So I just built up to a little bit further than where we were, but it's fine. Probably, unless you guys wanted like a direct continuation, but yeah, sorry. But anyway, here we go. So, yeah. I don't know if you guys were around, if how many people were around long enough. I doubt many people who are going to watch this would have been around long enough in the earlier days of the channel. I still say this channel's in its early days, you know. But in the, like, the first year, within the first year of me streaming, or me starting this YouTube channel, if anyone was around long enough to recall, the power would go out like every other video. And it would suck, because then I would need to do a direct continuation, like, right after it, and then, like, there'd be times the power would go, like, 3-4 times in a row. And it would suck, because I'd do, like, oh yeah, like, for example, I think one episode, like, it was like building the Rockfire explosion in Minecraft, like episode 6 or something. And then the power would go up, you know. I'd be like, okay, building the Rockfire explosion in Minecraft, episode 6, part 2 of 2. And then it would go out again. I'd be like, okay, part 3 of 3. And I'd figured, oh, I'll just go back in post-production and fix it. But, yeah, no, I never did. Never did. And, yeah. Now I'm just gonna leave it how it is, because at this point, I'd have to be pretty mental to go back through, like, about 50 episodes, I'd say, just to switch the title screens. And yeah, I'm not gonna do that, so I don't know, I just felt that to be like very almost nostalgic for me. Probably very annoying for you guys, which, you know, is understandable, because, you know, you guys are tucked in. Well, I don't know if you're tucked in, but you're all nice and comfy in your chair, or, you know, you're standing or laying down in a bed or whatever you're doing, and you're like, man, I'm gonna watch a new, like, maybe you're going to sleep and you're like, oh yeah, new Titanic live stream, or building live stream. Oh boy, it's gonna be the perfect thing to fall asleep to, which I don't know if it would be, because of my random outbursts of of sheer energy sometimes, but, you know, or just like, man, this is perfect background noise, because I do know some of my, well, I know one of my YouTube pals, Boom Guy, go check him out. His channel link is at the bottom of my channel page, so go check him out. Nice guy, by the way. Heck of a nice guy. And But yeah, I don't know if he does it often, but when he's like working on some, one time I knew he was working on something, and he actually put on one of my streams. In fact, I think he was uncommenting user number 3. And if that's not even remotely correct, which it most likely isn't, he was he is now a non-commenting user number 3. So, congratulations, Boom Guy, for the outstanding achievement. And yeah, so hopefully a very chill live stream today. I do have to go for a few hours though. No big reason. Honestly, no big reason. I just want to see like if it's more of an experiment almost I'm doing. I want to see if the longer the live streams, the more people that funnel in over time. Because if that's the case, if I go for say 2 hours and like 1 or 2 people show up, then this series, like, this isn't a thing like a lot of people want to watch. Then again, it's kind of biased because most of my usual viewers are in school. In fact, I'm streaming this right now for those of you watching in post-production. This is at 7:45 in the morning. I didn't sleep last night. I just was working on a lot of things. One of them is what I plan to do with this world when the interior's all done and decorated. And so, yeah. But I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to get people's hopes up and then it taking, like... I don't want to do what Benny and the Dark Revival did. I don't even know if that game's still, like, relevant anymore. But I don't want to do what Benny and the Dark Revival did and, like, announce the game, like, 6 years. I don't know how long were we waiting for that game, like... Where's my copy of Bendy and the Ink Machine? That is Crash Bandicoot's case. Where did the case for Bendy go? I thought it was on my stack of... That's Star Wars Battlefront 2, which I do want to play again at some point. That's Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. I must just drop my controller. Oh my god, it's what my PlayStation camera's sitting on. Huh. Got very quiet. Uh-oh, what did I do? Oh, okay. I remember last time that happened, I couldn't do anything without getting out of the game. Where the heck is the copyright? 2018, and we got the game no, it was 2022 we got the game. So we were waiting for that game for about 4 years. Give or take. Maybe it was, yeah, it was roughly 4 years we were waiting for that game. And yeah, everybody was like so like hyped for it when it was first announced, like, yeah, it's gonna be a great game. And then, 2018 came and went, and they were like, oh, and we're like, oh yeah, we're just working some bugs out. And we're like, oh, okay, understandable, they did just deliver like one of my favorite, or in my opinion, one of the best horror games of the recent era. And we're all like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You guys take however long you need to fix those bugs out. You know? 2019 came and went. And then they're like, oh, yeah, here's a trailer for how the game's gonna look. And we're all like, whoa! Actually, I think that's when they released the Boris spinoff. Oh, or is that when they did the audio tapes? And we're all like theorizing, oh, who's this mysterious voice gonna be? Like, is it Bendy? Is it... like one major candidate was Sammy Lawrence. And we're all thinking, well, even though that wasn't my original theory, but whatever. Nobody listened to me anyway, which is pretty normal. But we got the tapes, the Boris spinoff. Everybody's like, okay, this is starting to take a little bit longer. You guys sure you're still working on this? So they're like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's we're almost done with it. 2021 comes around, no word on the game, or just like very minimal. We got like 2 teasers that year. We're like, oh, this game's probably dead, isn't it? And I'm like, oh, now I'm gonna have to find a new community to move to. I was like, darn, the only community that accepted me. And 2022 comes around. Was it earlier this year, or was it later 2022? In fact, I have a laptop here. Why don't I look it up real quick? Okay, so it was last year. That was the console version I was thinking of. That was this year. So yeah, they're like, oh no, oh the game froze. Oh thank God. I'm scared of the game crashing because I don't want it to corrupt. Because I don't know what's saved and what isn't. But regardless, then they're like on like February. Is it February? No, it's 4/14 Spendy Day. So like April 14th, they posted like a screenshot. They're like, "Oh, happy Bendy Day, guys! Yeah, they're almost done. I swear." And we're like, "Oh God, we've heard this before." November rolls around like it was November like 1st, and they dropped the trailer saying, "Hey, this game's coming out in 2 weeks." And like this is after like they just had legal troubles with their like merch producer, and we're like, "Oh, yep, they're getting sued. This game's not even gonna happen anymore." And boom, they just dropped the like release date trailer, and it's in like a week, and we're all like, "Huh?" And like, "Oh yeah, this is probably like rushed, like what happened with security breach." And then it's like the most influential game, or it's one of the best sequels. Like one of the best sequel games like ever. And we're all like, this was so worth the wait. And you can't help but feel bad for the development team. I don't even know where I was rambling at this point. What started this ramble? I also don't remember where that was. Or what I broke. I think it was that I broke. Okay. 'Twas that I broke. But, you can't help but feel bad because for like the last 4 years, we've been breathing down the Meatly's neck. And we're like, hey, when's the game? Is the game canceled? What's happening with the Dark Revival? What's gonna go on? The only disappointment I think that was in the game was that, the weird, creepy voice guy, just happened to be a janitor. And we're like, well, that wasn't at all what we theorized. We all thought that was going to be bendy or. But I didn't care. I picked the game up when it first released. I played, like, none of it, but I got through, like, the first area where you first get the wrench. Or the pipe. Sorry, it's not a wrench. And I think that's as far as I physically played it. I've watched through the whole game. Honestly, not probably a game, I'm gonna play. Because, all the hype for it's pretty much died down at this point. I don't know, if you guys would like to see me play. I'm not the biggest, like, bendy nerd anymore. Like, I'll admit that I've kind of fallen away from the bendy fan base just a little bit ever since. And I knew this was going to happen when Dark Revival came out. Like, that's why I was kind of hoping we get the map tutorial. I was hoping we'd hit 400 subscribers. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should have made that special for 414 subscribers, because that would have been a lot more bendy themed. But, like, nobody was hyped for the map, which was a little bit of a buzzkill. I was trying to get that map done as soon as possible because I knew when the Dark Revival came out, like, I was gonna lose so much hype for this series. And it came, it went, and that's exactly what happened. I got, like, the first few episodes out on a bendy and Ink Machine map tutorial, and I just completely, like, lost interest with it. I don't know. I thought it was going to do a lot better than what it did. I was kind of hoping it would do a lot better than it did. But it didn't. And, it just kind of bummed me out because I don't know. I get that not a lot of people were into the game much at that point. I was kind of really the only thing carrying it on the channel, that's for sure. Nobody was, ripping down my door asking, hey, when's the next episode of the bending map tutorial coming out? Like, nobody was doing that. And, it was kind of a little bit disheartening. A little bit, just because, like, I did put a lot of work into that. And, like, nobody seemed to, like, be going with the tutorial almost. So I was just like, okay, well, these videos are extremely these tutorials are a little bit difficult to do. I don't exactly have the time to do these, like, once a week. And then, boom, it just died right after that. And, I haven't really looked back since. But if you guys really want that to continue, if you guys really, like, and I mean really, want the bending map tutorial to come back, and you at least want me to finish Chapter 1, that might be all I do, is just finish Chapter 1. Because I still haven't finished the demo map, I guess you could say, like, you guys know how people, like, design a tutorial with, like, a demo build, like they design it, and then they do the tutorial, and, like, usually right next to the thing they built. Well, I built something like that on the Wii U version, or the console edition of Minecraft. I guess it is called now. Or is it the Wii U edition? And no, I'm not going to boot my Wii U up right now to to try and figure that out. I'm sorry if I sound a little congested. I am noticing I am getting a little bit sick. But or it's just allergies, or I don't know. But, yeah, sorry if that annoys anyone. I figured it's enough that I noticed, so, maybe it's enough to bother the living daylights out of anyone. So, I'm sorry in advance. But, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, the bendy, like, the demo map I built, just to see, like, oh, what is this gonna look like? And, like, how is this gonna be designed? How big of a map is this gonna be? And I haven't even gotten halfway through chapter 3 with the demo map. Which sucks, because I think it looks I think it looks pretty good. I would like to continue it at one point. I probably amn't. Amn't? Yes, I amn't. But yeah, I probably won't. But again, if you guys really would like to see the Bendy map return, no enthusiasm. Or barely any, like, views to say. Just didn't lead to a lot of enthusiasm for the project. Like, I didn't want to pour my heart into something that nobody didn't want to watch, I like this kind of video, I'm not really pouring my heart and soul out. It's more me building something I want to build. Or like a really relaxed build, almost, where I feel fairly calm doing this. Like, I don't want to... And I know these aren't getting a lot of views, because, I'm not really putting... Like, this live stream in particular is probably going to get... like, 22 views, and that's going to be it, before it falls into many of the obscure videos on my channel, and I'm okay with that. And, I'm not putting a lot of effort into this either to make it, like, some big, exciting project. I mean, when it's done, it's going to be, hopefully, a big, exciting project. But, I don't want to... I just want to make a nice, calm, relaxing... Well, I don't know if this is relaxing, because, I could start yelling! And, make it very, very stress-inducing, but we're not going to. It's like the Bob Ross tutorial of my YouTube streams. Or that's how I mean it to feel like. But, like, bigger projects like, hey, the Rockfire Explosion, just pretty much always the prime example of, great big project. And, back, when it was getting a lot of views, the Rockfire Explosion, it was more the fact that, hey, people are actually, like, I'm putting a lot of effort into building this, into completing this, and people are actually enjoying it. So, you know, one video after another. And here we are, 160 some episodes. I think it's 100 like 60 something episodes into the series. I'd have to double check that, but I'm not too worried about that exactly for the joke, or not the joke, just the talking about it. But 160 some episodes, 100. It's over 100. That's all I'm certain of at the moment. But like, views are dwindling, which is understandable considering everybody's back in school, and this is gonna bother me if I don't actually check it out. But everybody's back in school, and the views are, I used to get like, okay, it's almost 200 episodes, which I'm actually quite impressed with. We're almost at 200 episodes in that series. I'm gonna have to do something big for the 200 episode special for that. But I used to get, I don't even know how many, like the one episode, like episode 39 of the original Rockfire series, just skyrocketed. Like, it is currently my most viewed technically not a video, I guess, because YouTube's changed that, but for the sake of argument, sorry YouTube, my most viewed video. That's at, like, I have to check it now, don't I? And I'm gonna check it because, I do want to thank all of you who have viewed it over the years. Popular, like, 6.7 thousand views. Like, that is wild. Like, and I don't know, like, that skyrocketed. Like, and like I said, I can't thank you guys enough to have gotten that video that far. But it's sort of like a wolf in sheep's clothing, almost, where the fact you see that all in one episode, and then the more recent, like, videos in that series are only like 20 something. And I can tell you almost, why is that in that playlist? Why is that in playlist? And what is actually the least viewed video? I'm actually fairly, yeah, the like, top 5 least viewed videos in that series are the newer ones. The lowest 2 being only like 22 views. Which, I know, I may sound like I'm complaining. I really don't mean to be. Like, I do apologize if I sound like, I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining about this. This is more the reasoning why I haven't posted Rockfire Explosion content, or like animatronic content in general, because on the channel, it used to be this, big exciting thing. Like if I'd be lucky if 5 live viewers would show up. We just chat. They'd ask me some questions. I'd respond to some questions. And but now it's like I make one of those videos. This is just how it feels, of course. I'm sorry, it does sound like I'm complaining, and I do realize this, but I really don't mean to be. And I'll boot up, but I'll boot up a stream, and I'll be like, oh, I can't actually wait to talk with some of my viewers. Like, and I don't, maybe it's because I talk too much, I ramble too much about stories of my own life, like kind of how I'm rambling on about how my channel, how like some videos are going on the channel, and I don't mean to make this situation all about myself. I sometimes do, and I do apologize. But it's but yeah, it is just a little bit discouraging when it doesn't seem like people actually want to watch your content, but I don't know. And I will make... I will continue the Rockfire series. I am a little bit busy, and I am a little bit stressed. I guess that's the word. Paranoid. And for reasons I'm not going to say, but I am just like a nervous wreck more recently. That's mostly why I posted that poll, that YouTube community post saying, hey, I just need a little bit from YouTube. Yeah. And I don't know. And I still am not 100% better from that. But we're getting there. I don't know. And it's very weird to talk about this, because I'm not going to say what it specifically is, or what specifically happened. But I think everything's back to normal? Question mark? I hope, at least, but yeah. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to need to sort that out. So that'll be fun. Yeah. So yeah. I will do one episode of the Rockfire Explosion soon. I'm just not sure when. And I think another reason that series hasn't returned, or I've not really made videos about it. This is more like channel update at the moment. I've been rambling for 30 minutes, and I am sorry. If you guys don't want to hear my rambling, I am sorry. But I don't know. It feels good almost just to talk about this, just to let people know almost. Or just to have people listen almost. It's like it's YouTube is like a weird form of therapy. Or just like YouTube's like your own like personal psychiatrist almost. Like right there up in the I don't know if that's like up to date, but the view counter there, it says nobody's there, but just talking about this, like, to no one, even if, just is a lot better than just like if somebody was there. Like it's about the same. Like I don't know. It feels good just letting people know. But yeah, I think another reason, and this is just more a personal thing of mine, is I said this a while ago when this is when like I first started the Rockfire. I don't remember if I said this. I made a statement back a while back about. God, I'm trying to figure out when it was, like what series we were doing. But anyway, regardless, this was back the earlier days of the Rockfire Explosion series. This is before like the whole updated Rockfire, you know, it might have been before concept unification. But regardless, I said this is when I was still streaming with Deadbird. And I said to him, or I made the announcement, like, the Rockfire Explosion, it's a nice series to have. Like, it's great to have something where I can build something I'm passionate about on YouTube. And just have people watch it, have people, you know, enjoy what we're doing. But one thing I did say to him was, I don't want to be known, or I don't want to keep doing that, like, forever. If that makes any sense. Like, I don't want to be known as just, you know, the Rockfire Explosion guy, or the Minecraft animatronic guy. And like I really don't like I do want to pour my heart into other projects like other Minecraft series. Like I guess this I really don't want to go, or like other games like Power Wash Simulator, or like VR games. Like those series, like I also put a lot of work into, but you know, they just don't give as much love, and I don't want to just become the Minecraft Rockafire guy. Like I do want to be known for other things. But so I don't know. We'll see how much longer that series actually does go on. But all I can say, I'm not saying that it's getting retired soon. In the immortal words of one of my favorite video games when I was in elementary school, nothing built lasts forever. And so if one day we just I quit from that series, then that's it. There might be a return for nostalgia, you know, here and there, but you know, can you blame me? if that series just ends like suddenly one day, I hope you guys understand. Whoops, did not mean to. Did not actually know that light was under there. But yeah, I hope I don't lose like all my subscribers for that. A lot of my motivation for keeping that series going was the viewers. Or the helpers. Sorry, wrong. Was actually the helpers. Like, knowing, like, I had somebody on there who was gonna help, like, help me build, and we'd actually make some good progress. You know, me and whoever it was, like, there were lots of different people over the years. And not that any of them can be replaced. And, you know, I think when, I don't like to say the word kicked off because I don't, you know, I really don't want to sound like, I, I did it out of spite. But when, like, fired isn't really the best word either. But when we let Deadbird go as a helper on the channel, a lot of my motivations, because a lot of the projects I was doing, like, revolved around, like, we both were, like, really motivated almost to do it. And it wasn't necessarily just, my series. It was, our series. And not just, like, me and the helpers or me and Deadbirds. It was, everybody's series. That's the way I like to think of it. But when I let Deadbird go, it really does make it sound like I'm firing it, but I never paid him. He never really did ask to be paid, which, I probably could have paid him. But, I... it has been rough, getting on, Minecraft. No, not just rough, it's been sort of lonely almost. Streaming by yourself. And, it's, and I did notice that was where, when I announced, like, Deadbird, I hope the power doesn't go out. Jesus, lights flickered. But when I did announce Deadbird was, no longer going to be a helper. And I hate talking about this because I really don't want to start a controversy over the channel. So just note, guys, I mean everything in good spirits. But, or I don't mean anything like meanly or with hatred. I'm just trying to display facts. And it was strange because, ever since I did notice when I announced Deadbird wasn't necessarily going to be coming back to the channel, that's mainly when the views started dwindling. And I do know Deadbird was a fan favorite, We were, inseparable Me and him. But, um, you know. But, yeah, when it, but it has been since I announced, he wasn't returning, you know, like, officially, like, everything started to, like, dwindle, almost. I've been trying to fill a void or a gap that couldn't be filled. Almost. I've been trying to find a new helper to take his place. Not replace him, but to serve in his absence. And wow, and I'm making it sound like he's dead, but he isn't. To my knowledge, I don't think he is. No, he's not. He posted a video the other day. But I make it sound like he died, but no, I don't mean that. But mainly I'm tired. That's why it sounds like I'm like super depressed about everything and anything. I'm not even like super tired. I'm just like, when you haven't slept in 24 hours, you do start to get a little loopy or like. But yeah, but I don't know. It has been like trying to fill a gap with something. It's like trying to fill a gap that can't be filled. And it's been rough almost. Like, I don't know. And a lot of you are probably like, Pack, when are you gonna stop talking about this and like talk about something like better? Like actually commentate what you're doing. And I am gonna get off this topic, I am gonna get off this topic. Just whoops. Oh crap! I can't get in there. Actually, yeah, that would be that. But yeah, it has been rough. Like it's been rough for both of us. And but it's an adjustment we both had to make. I am not gonna be a higher yawn. Okay. Uh, but yeah, it's rough, but in order to keep the channel for younger viewers, it was a choice. It was much like the Lee in Stampy's videos, where not as dire circumstances that Lee had to leave. Oh my god, no, but yeah, it was necessary. And I guess this is the first time I've really talked about this since I said Deadbird wasn't gonna be returning. And it does make you wonder, like, I don't know, I might bring him back for a video. Oh, my nose is running, so yeah, it's probably allergies. I'm not crying, but yeah. I may reach out to Deadbird if he wants to do one collab. I don't know when, I don't know where, or I don't know what we're going to be doing. But I'm going to ask, I may reach out to him in the foreseeable future and ask if he wants to do one video for old time's sake. But it's unlikely that it'll happen. So I wanted to get you guys' hopes up for something, because I don't know, I just feel like I let you guys down a good bit, and I apologize if I do let you guys down, or I'm not fulfilling, you know, my entertainer value. You know, I do apologize if I'm not as entertaining sometimes, but you know, I do apologize, and if there are like things you guys want to see me do, and I can't fulfill that, or I just don't have any, again, the word motivation to do so, I am sorry, but I will try to do better as a YouTuber in the future. And yeah. But we'll see. We shall see. Speaking of collabs, I am going to collab with a few other YouTubers that I do talk to, just, you know, like Fury's Pack and I need to do, we collab, actually. We collab enough to the point where it's not really a, you know, we collab enough. I was gonna say I'll do a collab with Fury's Pack one day, but we kind of already have. You know, me and him are, we're close. IRL. That stands for in real life for all you non-tech savvy people out there. But I realize my own jokes make me laugh more than probably it makes you guys laugh, and that's kind of sad now that I think about it. But yeah, there are a few collabs I am looking to do in the future. I'm more waiting on what the other, you know, what the other party wants to do for the collab. Me and, I'm not gonna spoil who these are, but they're people I've either talked about or we've seen in the chat. But definitely there's going to, yeah, me and one YouTuber, we're definitely have to do something at some point. Maybe a Nintendo series. Actually, I might bring this YouTuber on when I get a capture card for the GameCube, and we'll just do like a co-op Pikmin series. Actually, that'd be quite fun. And I'll record it, edit it, see what you guys think. Because I really do want to play Pikmin on the channel. That is like one of, if not my favorite Nintendo series out there. Actually, no, it's the only Nintendo series I've ever beaten. Let's start with that. I'm actually able to 100% with minor trouble because I suck at any other video game other than Minecraft. Actually, I'm not that good at Minecraft either. Like the actual survival bit of Minecraft, I'm actually like dog water at. And for all you non-tech savvy people or not non teen lingo, I guess, or like up to date, that means I suck at the game. But yeah, I definitely do want to do a series of Pikmin and all the other Pikmin games because they are extremely fun. And whether I do the remakes or the originals for the GameCube, I I still don't know if I'm gonna do the what would be easier, do the remakes on Switch where I have every game on Switch. Yeah, I collect these games like they're gold. Same with Mario Galaxy. I have 5 copies of that. And I'm never going to get rid of any of them. But regardless, back to what I was saying. So yeah, I might... Because it would be cheaper to only buy one capture card for the Switch. But you can't beat the GameCube, the original, on the GameCube. I don't know, I'll probably put it up to a YouTube poll. Either way, if I do the originals, I'm going to have to hook my Nintendo Wii U back up for Pikmin 3. If we ever get there, then there's, I do have to get one for Pikmin 4 for the Switch. So it's... But I really do want to do Let's Plays at some point. Regardless, that is probably one collab I'm going to do with one YouTuber. Another YouTuber, we're going to do a Minecraft collab. Still unsure what we're going to do with that. But we didn't really discuss details of what we're going to do. We just discussed details of doing it. It's like when you're trying to buy like a car, or like you're trying to it's like when you're trying to like buy something off, or like you're trying to like buy something off someone and you're about to hand them like the money, and then they just give you like a whole life backstory on what you're buying, and you're just standing there awkwardly listening like, I would like to leave, take my money. Maybe that's just because I'm an introvert. Possibly why that could be. Possibly because I don't like talking to people, but it's like, shut up and take my cash. And you try to like show like very like subtle like motions that, hey, I don't care. Well, sometimes you do, like somebody's talking like this is the, I don't know, like this is the like bayonet that George Washington used during the Revolutionary War, and you're just listening to the history behind it. You're like, whoa, I had no idea like this thing like went through all that. Now take my money and shut up. But you're actually, it's a difference between when you're actually interested and when you actually just want to get the heck out of there. Because when you're actually interested, you're always like, oh yeah, I have the money, but now I don't care. Yeah, you keep talking all you want. I'm more interested in what you're saying than the actual item. And I feel like that's how a lot of you guys are when you listen to me rant. Just like, shut up and make the video. Like, actually do some, like, talk about something we care about. And I am sorry if that's how it is. I can't tell if my finger hurts or itches, and I don't know. But yeah, when these collaborations are set in stone, I shall, I shall talk, I shall, not, yeah, whenever these collaborations are set in stone, like, officially, like, these are gonna happen within the next week, or 2 weeks, or month, then I will say who it is, what we're doing, blah, 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 charity work. Maybe. I'll think about it, actually. Because I have been wanting to do, like, charity work for the longest time now, but I am kind of waiting until I get a, like, validated. That's not the right word, is it? Is it the right word? Like, validated by YouTube? Like, I actually start monetized. There we go. Monetized by YouTube. That way, son of a. Why are there two in this room? But yeah, I actually want to get like monetized. I do eventually want to do like a channel membership, but I haven't thought of anything like the specifics of that either. I'm very unprepared when thinking about like the future of my YouTube channel. Just like I just want to make videos, man. Like I don't care what I make them about. I don't care who watches them. Mazel tov. And no. Yeah. Then there's another project I'm working on. In sort of private, I'm building something with my bare hands from the ground up. Okay, I ripped apart one thing, but shh, don't tell nobody. But yeah, and I actually want to see it work. I don't know how good that's gonna go, but I'm gonna have to ask both collaborators when and what. Because one collaborator is definitely gonna probably want to do a Nintendo game with me. Because that'll probably be blah, 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 probably be that's more in their range of expertise is Nintendo games. And again, I really don't want to say who they are, but I am really excited to actually work with these people. Like, like, really and truly excited to work, like, do a video with these people, and and like co-commentate something with them. It's like a kid on Christmas, but like I know I'm gonna have to wait for like schedule like a week off, or like the same day, like 3 weeks in a row off work in order to be able to do these. And but like I'm just so excited. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There, crap. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I'm starting not to like these lights because every other block it seems I break out. That's a problem. Again, why are there 2 lights in this room? I don't know. Okay, if this is cyan, wait a minute. This is cyan, and that should be cyan and green like so, and then red like that. Where? Choked on my own spit. Oh. Oh, one moment, guys. Ugh. 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 Oh my god, sorry about that. Whew. I hate when that happens. And working around these tables is really starting to get on my nerves. And I'm glad we're almost done with this dining room, because I really hate punching out lights. Like giant rooms like this, because, you know, every other thing I punch is on the floor is lights. And the worst part is I have to do the galley here, the kitchen, and then, like, oh god, this is gonna be... I'm probably gonna finish D-Deck in this stream, just to really make up for last episode, because I meant for this room to be done in the last episode, and that didn't happen because of the power going out, which was very strange because it was a very overcast day. It wasn't raining, wasn't windy or nothing. Little on the cold side, but it wasn't like, holy crap, it's freezing, or like frost cold. It was more like just chilly, sort of. Not the food, neither. But it was just like very odd that happened. And I'm glad there was a backup to this world. A lot of you, when you probably heard that story, were like, yes, the Titanic is destroyed again. The iceberg. Maybe it was the iceberg. Hear me out, guys. Minecraft Titanic. The iceberg saga. Hear me out. This is a great business opportunity. And of course the iceberg has to be like one of those rich British people who they are horrible people. They're always like, and they're like those old-timey like hunting ones too. They always have like the hunting lodges. They're like always the bad guy for some reason. They always have a hunting lodge in the jungle, or in like their own private rainforest. And they're like, oh, Bon Jove, my teddy old boy. It's like, my name is Steve. Oh, whatever, Teddy. Bon Jove. Meanwhile, they like shoot a exotic jaguar or something, and they have like 50 like animal like heads in their, like taxidermy heads in their, in like their bedroom. Just, they're like, oh, Bon Jove, these animal heads watch me sleep. They watch over me. And he's like secretly insane, But we don't figure that out till, like, we realize, like, those aren't animal heads. Those are, like, people heads dressed up as animals. And he's mounted them. Not furries. Like a very... Like, he's dressed the people up. Like, he has, like, a guy dressed up as, like, a bear or something. And then, like, you just see the bear, like, the costume head fall off, and it's just a dude there. And you realize he's, like, nuts. And this could make for a very good horror movie. I'm trademarking this. So anybody steals this, I'm gonna rain down like a fat thunderstorm. Says the skinniest guy ever. But this would be a... But you realize he's, like, actually insane. Anyway, this is probably what the Titanic's iceberg sounded like if it was, like... If it was a person. It'd be like, oh, I hope nothing bad happens on this journey. Oh, madam, would you like some ice? Right into the side of the boat. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, a giant wall of ice! He's just like, yes! Now I can exact my revenge on these people for causing global warming and interrupting my nap. And everybody's just like, oh my gosh, we're drowning, we just wanted to have a good time. Ah! I'm sorry, headphone users, but, and then, like, the iceberg's like, oh, you want to live? Oh, too bad. There go your lifeboats. Just flicking them off the top deck. They splash into the water as people try to run for him. Then there's that one guy, he's like, muscular, like, Australian dude. He's got a really cool mustache. Always has a fedora. He's shirtless. Six-pack abs. Big, beefy arms. Tiny legs because he skipped leg day a few times. And he's just like, oh, that's not... Yeah, oh, top of the morning to ya. And he, like, punches the iceberg. And then the iceberg switches from, like, his British demeanor to, like, a old Western villainy, like, stereotype, like, yeah, I'll get you next time. And boom. We're going to trademark this. This is going to be better than that horrible animated Titanic movie. You know, The Legend of the Titanic or whatever it's called. We're going to call this... I'm not good with titles. We're going to call this The Legend of the Titanic 2, The Electric Boogaloo, and boom, the name of the title makes sense now. I didn't plan for this, and it makes sense. Yes! But boom, we're trademarking this. We're going to get, like... we're going to get... Let's see, we're going to get Willem Dafoe to play the villain, the iceberg. We're going to get... Oh, who would be a good actor to play? The hero, the Australian dude. I say we get and we can't get an Australian actor because, you know, we gotta have like an American dude doing like a super racist like Australian accent. Like, kind of how I did, but I don't want to play in my own movie because that's just narcissism right there. We'll get that one guy who does the... for the life of me, I can't remember. It's like Kenneth something. He's the guy who directed the Murder on the Orient Express, the Death on the Nile, and the... Murder in Venice? Or the Haunting in Venice? Like the newest one that just came out. We'll get him to play the Australian dude with the cool mustache. And who else can we get to play in this thing? We'll have we'll have we'll have Tobey Maguire play as the we'll have Tobey Maguire play um one of the guys in the bar, like the drunk dude number one, like who thinks this is all just one big like drunk fever dream. However, we learned that later he's ingested so much alcohol that his liver shuts down like halfway through the movie, and he just gets like some weird superpower. Hello. Sorry, I'm just rambling about a movie that actually doesn't sound too bad, even though it's gonna like anger every Titanic fan out there. And I think at this point, that's the point of the movie, just to enrage everybody we can. So yeah. I think this would be like a great movie. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Historically accurate. When was the last movie we seen? Be honest with me here. When was the last newer movie that you've seen that was historically accurate? That's what I thought. Except for, and documentaries don't count. It has to be a full-fledged movie. Like, we all know that Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny wasn't historically accurate, even though we all know Romans would have had no chance against an MG-18 being fired from I think that was a B-27 bomber. You know, we all know Romans would have been just as confused as they were. Boom. It's about raking in the cash. Whole demeanor of this video's changed. Possibly the fact that I've drank a caffeinated soda, and I feel a little bit more awake. Probably the cause of some of it. But yeah, regardless, I think this is a great way to make some money. Alright, we are almost done. Thank God we're finally almost done with this dining room. Even though this is probably... Wait, 1, 2, 3... This is 4. Okay. Even though this is honestly one of my favorite rooms in the ship at the moment, just by the way it looks. And again, I sound like super, like a narcissist right here. But like, I love the way, like, this carpet design goes with the... It does make it feel more complete. I definitely think one of my favorite rooms in the ship, whenever it's done, and I don't even have it remotely started, is going to be the Cafe Parisian up on B deck. Just because the way it looks and the way I hope it's gonna look when it's done. Oh, son of a gun. Oh, son of a gun. I think that's... Hello? In... Wait, yeah, this is the... Not was, this is the Titanic. Like, this is the big boys of boats. This is the biggest boy of boats. Oh, God. But, but yeah. What was I saying? Before I... Oh, yeah, the Cafe Parisien. The... One of the fanciest rooms, if not the fanciest room on the Titanic. Or the fanciest dining room, I should say, on the Titanic. Yeah, the one where the submarine went to go down and then the submarine imploded. Too soon? But yes, that Titanic. Not the other Titanic, the one that there was no other Titanic. What am I talking about? Okay, I'm more intrigued of what the flooring looks like in this room. No, not even a room. Don't care. That's the gym. That's not even remotely what I typed. Okay. Alrighty. So we're going to be moving on from the dining room, even though I love how this turned out. Like I didn't actually like fully look at it yet, so time for the big reveal. This is the reception room. This doesn't count. We did this a while. I did this a while. Actually, I think I did this when I first built the room. Oh yeah. Just bask in the glory real quick. Just take. Hold on. We gotta take one deep breath as we look at its majestic majesty. I guess would be the word. Wait. Okay, guys. On three, we'll do it together. One, two, three. Ha. All right. Moving on. Is it cool that you're happy? Nah. Yeah, it is pretty cool. That you're happy. You're in a good mood. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I hear that somebody in the comments is happy. I'm feeling pretty good myself right now. So one thing, just a little attention to detail that not a lot of people notice. Yeah, I quit relaxing. That was the point of the joke. One detail, and this is where my Titanic nerdness breaks out here. These tables right here around the pillars are not actually are are not a mistake. These were actually on the ship. Now the original design was, see, this is like, well, it's supposed to be like a six. Oh, you gotta go. All right, I'll see you. But this table was originally a, like, this table's like, I might as well check because it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot more accurate if I actually like full on check the. Six. It's like a 10-seater table. Unfortunately, Minecraft limitations. I had to put 4 chairs there. But this was originally a 10. This is a 10-seat table, or was on the actual ship. The original um the concept of this room when they were designing it, and I don't know if they did this in Olympic before changing it. I don't know if they changed it in Olympic myself, but originally I believe it was supposed to be 2 tables either side of this pillar. It was like 2 4-seater or 2-seater tables. I'm not sure on the actual, until they decided, hey, we're going to be able to get a lot more people in this dining room at once if we put the table around the pillar, and that's essentially what they did here. So while you're enjoying your meal, you can, well, I don't know, you can break all first-class laws of being fancy and take the peas on your spoon and like fling them, like catapult them into the load-bearing pillar, and hope that it doesn't collapse, because what is above us? So we're at 825. I believe it's like a first-class room. 825. So like right here, maybe a little bit down. Yeah, you just hope to God somebody's wardrobe doesn't, fall down in through your table and, ruin your whole dining experience. But, I'm sorry you guys have to deal with me sometimes. I do feel bad you guys have to deal with me. But, that's just an example, of course. Now, the floor, I did look at the flooring in the galley, and it is like a brick. Okay, it's the same color as the brick. It's just that like weird brick that it's like the color of terracotta, but it's like one block, and then you get the cement like tiles kind of. Unfortunately, we don't have tiles like that. I am thinking of using copper, although copper looks a bit too shiny. Although to be fair, Titanic was a newer ship. It probably would have been a fairly shiny floor, but you don't never want to make your floor out of copper, that's for sure, because copper oxidizes a lot. And of course, I'm just looking, I don't know, I have no actual like pictures of what the ship looked like, because pictures of what the ship looked like don't exist per se. Now there are pictures of, that's a stateroom. That's not what I'm looking for. That's the first class lounge. Okay, pretty much the only thing I'm going off of here is a DeviantArt render, which I don't even know if it is like accurate. So I might just go with brick flooring, because a lot of the non-slip floor regulations nowadays weren't a thing back then. Obvious with the whole, lifeboat situation. Like, hey, we don't need enough lifeboats for everybody on board. No, it was just the fact that they did have enough lifeboats for the time. It was just the fact that the regulation was how heavy the ship was or how big the ship was is what translated into the number of lifeboats instead of how many people were on board. Instead of, because, that law was made 20 years or so before Titanic sailed, and ships had doubled or tripled in size in those 20 years, so, you know, they weren't updated until the Titanic incident. Okay, I'm going to do a little something different here. This is just my pure speculation. I'm going to grab some quartz and some black concrete, and just for like this in bit, like this galley bit, because technically this is the galley. This is like the pantry. Or no, I'm sorry. This whole room's like the pantry. This is the galley. And then you have the second class pantry in here. Yeah. The saloon bar, which I actually don't have anything in there. Regardless, this is pretty much, the food would be made through here. I don't know if there would actually be doors here. They would probably be propped open during lunch or dinner. The food would be brought out to here, set on these, warmers. And the servers would come over, be like, yes, thank you, sir. With their bow tie, like 5-piece suits. Napkin on over one shoulder, just like, yes. They'd walk out these doors, walk into maybe this giant table is like, here's your dinner. Set down the... I am sorry to all my British viewers out there. And then they'd set down the plate, be like, enjoy your meal. You may slap me in the face if anything is wrong with it. And they're like, okay. They're like, Bon Jovi, there's a hair in my food. And that's why the iceberg goes on his destructive rampage. Okay, regardless, though, I am going to switch things up just a little bit. For this inner bit, through here with all the burners, I'm going to do black and white checkered flooring. Would this have been something that was on the Titanic? Probably not, due to the fact I think checkered flooring was more popular in when those 50s diners came around, like the 50s diners in the 80s. But yeah, I don't know if it would have actually been checkered. Like, I doubt it would have. Like, let's be honest, I really doubt it would have. But I think it's going to add a lot more block palette, or a lot more difference than... I don't think that's the word I want to be using, but it's going to add a lot more variety. There it is. Than, just like brick, brick, brick. Like, it's not going to look as good if, it's just all brick. And yeah, if only we had something like this, but in like the regular terracotta color with the border like around it, for like tile flooring almost. Huh. Well, I broke that. Whoops. But because that would be more what we're going for here. Oh, you guys may be wondering, Pack, you have this bar pattern here. If you guys don't know, that bar pattern is ceiling supports. They would have been in most of the passenger areas in the ship, with the only exception to my... Hey, there's a bulkhead. Oh, that's the engine room. Holy crap. As you can see, like, the size of these engines, too. Like, if I've never showed them on camera, just the sheer scale of those engines are just insane. Fairly inaccurate of what they actually did, of what a lot of people interpreted them as. I do need to add a lot more detail into that room, and I will get there. One thing at a time, you know. I tried to work my way from the bottom to the top, but you know, I didn't want to. I thought the boiler rooms are fine. How Pipkin designed them, because some like rooms in this tutorial are still the exact way they were in Pipkin's tutorial. And I'm sure she doesn't mind. If she does, I'll change them. But most of the rooms in Pipkin's tutorial, when she and Will does it, and if you guys are gonna have to watch the tutorials to actually know who the heck I'm talking about, but they didn't actually like fill in their rooms like detail-wise. They did for a little bit, like to explain like this is what this room is, and this is just how we did it, just basic. And I said, hey, you guys can do whatever you want. And I took that one personally. But they're like, hey, you could design this however you want. It's, you know, it's your own Titanic. Build it however you want. And you know, I really enjoy, you know, that sometimes. Yeah. And for the longest time in this interior tutorial, I did, like when I first started doing it, one of the earlier streams I actually did of me working on this was, I think I was just building basic rooms on, oh, would it have been C deck or E deck? E deck I was doing. And I was just doing like plain like white concrete wall, you know, wood floor, a bed, maybe some things like maybe a desk if it was like a first class room. Like I wasn't really looking too much into it. Then Titanic Honor and Glory came out, and I took that as a challenge. They have a lot more resources than I do. But that didn't stop me. And they have, you know, a actual like game building engine, whereas I have a sandbox game that came out in 2011. Yeah. But regardless, I am trying to make this look as nice as I can. But yeah, for a lot of the earlier, like before I got the B deck, I was designing this all. Like I was, an example would actually be, not a great example, but up at C deck, right up, just like up a deck. Actually, I might be down through here. Like these are just regular hallways. I did do the inside of the rooms. This is when I started caring a little bit. like the dark. These are actually stripped spruce walls, but like pretty much this, that, wood flooring, and that would be it. Except the third class rooms were a lot more basic with like bunk beds, and that was pretty much it in the room. Now if we go down to third class rooms, if I can get to Scotland Road. They're aft. Actually, I could go forward. It might be a little bit faster going forward than back. Yeah, down to E deck. Like now, I have the whole hallway like decorated with the red terracotta, the beams going across the ceiling. I actually go into one of these rooms. Actually, I think it's. That's on the other side of the ship. It's in 60 something. I put a little Easter egg. It's right here. There's Jack Dawson, everybody. I added him on the Titanic. Because this is what room they were technically in the movie. But yeah, and that's probably like the only armor. I might add Rose in her room up on B deck. But but yeah, now I like. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that there, guys. But roughly, yeah. Like now, I have like the flooring. It's is its own thing, like an actual sink, like how these rooms actually were, or probably would have been. We don't really have much documentation of how they were. We go through this first class like area. Got the linoleum floor. Second class area. I did describe most of this. You got a wardrobe, a fancier looking sink, still the bunk beds, but that's okay. We come to the first class rooms. You got the bed, the drawers, maybe some space top that, a desk, like carpet. Like, I'm actually caring a lot more about detail now. I would love to have a room with a porthole, honestly. You'd actually look out, see the ocean. It feels like a lot less claustrophobic than something like this. Hello. But yeah, originally I wasn't caring too much. It was just like white wall bed, regular wood floor. I think I paused the stream. Yeah, regular wood floor. And like I didn't care too much until I got up to B deck. And then I'm like, I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh, you getting this? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Hope to see you around. But, what's I saying? I love reading comments to interact with you guys, but I get distracted really easily. But yeah, but for what I want to do with this build, I realize it's gonna look a lot better. It's probably gonna look a lot more impressive too if I do the floors, some like like actual like interior details. And so that's kind of why I'm going back through something I've already done. ADHD. If I do, I'm not diagnosed. We haven't caught it at an early we haven't caught it at an early age. I have no idea. I've never, you know, the doctors never said, "Hey, you have ADHD." And I diagnosed, I guess, is that the right word? I probably have some form of it, don't get me wrong. But like I've never gotten it like diagnosed by like a doctor. I don't even know if that's the right word, but yeah, I've never had a doctor be like, "Yep, you've got ADHD." I'm like, "Okay, great." But, you know, yeah, I probably never will either. Yeah, I don't care. I don't really care enough, honestly. Like, it's not gonna change anything. I mean, I don't see why I would need a doctor to tell me, like, I have something and then, you know, people making a big deal of it or something like that. Huh. But, okay. These lights are starting to anger me. On the new Mario game's coming out. Mario RPG I've never actually seen. Hello. Oh man, whole lot of new people today. I've never actually seen or played the original Mario RPG. I know a lot of people are going to be like, huh? Because I hear it's such a great game. I was honestly shocked when I heard they were remastering it. I was actually honestly very surprised when, because I thought our Super Mario RPG was something Nintendo had forgotten about. Like, thank you. Mario Bros. Wonder, I'm actually less excited for, if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't know. I get a lot of Mario Bros. U vibes from it. And I wasn't a big fan of that game. Mario Bros. U, like, it just reminds me a lot of it. The fact is, I probably wouldn't pick it up. Definitely gonna watch a Let's Play, probably, of it. I don't know who, but who I'd watch, but that's probably what I'm gonna be doing there. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, I think I played that one time. I really enjoyed it. I also surprised when I heard they were remaking that one. Because Mario and Donkey... Or was that Mario... Yeah, Mario vs. Donkey Kong. That's also, another game I thought Nintendo forgot about, honestly. Or, like, didn't want to go back to. So it was nice to hear that they did that. The Mario game I'm actually excited for is Thousand Year Door. the remake of A Thousand Year Door. They're bringing back. I know. I heard about that. Our boy. Everybody loves. Is it Gino or Geno? I think it's Gino. Everybody loves him, and I'm not like some guy who's never played the game or seen the game. I'm like, huh? What? I don't understand what the hype is about, but yeah! I'm gonna play along! Woohoo! We need him in Smash. I threw a controller at somebody's head playing Smash one time. It was funny. I thought they were going to beat the crap out of me, but they didn't. What other games are they doing? It's kind of already out. I think actually the physical copy releases today. But the Pikmin bundle, the remastering of the first two games for Switch, I was actually pretty surprised about hearing. Luigi's Mansion 2 is coming back. Dark Moon's coming back on the Switch, which... Yay! If you guys, it's nice having the views, but it's nice having people to like talk to, almost. If that makes any sense, even though that's kind of what a viewer is, but I appreciate all of you for being here. Yeah, I was looking through the Nintendo newsletter today. I was actually playing my Switch earlier today. I was playing Crash Bandicoot: The Insane Trilogy. And if you guys have been on Funky Kong from Mario Kart Wii. I've played Mario Kart Wii once or twice in my life. And both times were at my cousin's house. He had the game, and I don't really remember much. I just remember, like, us starting the game. I don't remember us playing the game. I just remember him hitting the start button, and I think we actually played Coconut Mall. I think that was actually the course we did play. I'm not saying that just, the meme. And either I or he played as Funky Kong. And he's trying to explain all this, and you know how older cousins are, they're like, they think they know everything. He lost. But, because I red shelled him like 3 times towards the end of the course. But regardless, he was angry, so it was kind of funny. But Funky Kong, I think they should bring him back I honestly think they should make another Donkey Kong Country game. Because the last one they had was Tropical Freeze for the Wii U there. And Funky Kong was in that game, now that I'm thinking about it. If I remember correctly, he was in that game. He was the shopkeeper, because Cranky Kong was a playable character. I know my Nintendo. Not as well as, most people, but I know my rough Nintendo history. And, Funky's gonna be Mario Kart 8. Actually, that'd be in the deluxe, yeah. That'd be kind of cool. what other characters slash games you think we should address here? Those are some musicians. Accommodations. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh, and by the way, this is how I originally did the rooms. Rooms did not, on the actual Titanic, did not have the ladders or the railing at the end of the beds, pretty much. It was pretty much just metal box with a mattress, and that was pretty much it. And that was above another metal box with mattress. Of course we can see the outside. Anything to break up the monotony a little bit. That's a fun word to say, monotony. I think we're going the... Yeah, we need to go down. You know, I show people the exterior of this. I remember when I showed some of my friends the exterior of the Titanic for the first time. They're like, "Are you nuts?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but there's almost a full interior inside there too." They're like, "Huh?" Hold on, just wait for it. This is not my design for exterior, by the way. I did not design the exterior. Um, all credit for the exterior goes to username by a YouTube user by the name of Rich LaRousse. If you look in the stream I did yesterday, when this is live, it's the most recent one other than this. While this one's live. Uh, I have both. I have Rich LaRousse for the exterior tutorial, and Pipkin06 is the one who did the interior. I'm just reworking the interior to make it look realistic. But this is the Titanic. Well, this is where, it's just sitting on the ground for now. When it's built, I hope to make it a part of a little diorama. B deck right there doesn't have windows because I didn't work the rooms in yet. Have my opinion on FNAF. Oh my god. I love FNAF. And that's all I'm going to say. I think it's a good game. Granted, do I think they're watering it down a little bit with Security Breach, like recently? Yeah, but, Help Wanted 2 is coming out. And we're just going to loop around the other side of the Titanic while I talk. And I do need to switch the propellers into the 2 3-bladed propellers, but... And then, let's see, I think they have a lot of promise with the Five Nights at Freddy's movie coming out. Like, I've seen the trailers. I actually think that's going to be fun to watch. Yeah, they're getting good this year. VR, Help Wanted 2 is coming out. That's a lighting glitch, unless... No, that's just shadows. I just don't have that lit up. And I'll get to that when we... get there. And, yeah, we got the Five Nights at Freddy's movie coming out. I think Help Wanted 2 is coming out next year, or closer to the end of this year. Yeah, I can't help but feel Five Nights at Freddy's is getting watered down a little bit. Maybe just a little bit too much. Or did with Security Breach. But honestly, I think it's getting... Like, they can easily reverse that effect. Like the watering down effect with the new game and the movie. And yeah, I think they have a fighting chance still before we can officially deem it a dying series. And I realize I don't have doors here. For some reason, I didn't re-put my doors back there. Australia, never been there, so I'm not going to make assumptions. I would like to visit Australia one time. Just to say I've done it. What is this room? Iceberg right ahead. Okay. I am going to say this once. I did not care for the James Cameron Titanic movie. Or that's a lie. I cared for some of it. And it was only really the parts in the movie where it showcased the crew and not Jack and Rose. And I know a lot of people who enjoyed that movie are like, what? Like, I know a lot of people like that movie. It's just, the amount of what room did I break into this time? To Chief Baker. I broke into Charles Yawkins' room. Sonic Forces, I have never played a Sonic game in my life. That's a lie. I've played the original on the Genesis. I didn't get past like the first world, and Sonic Forces is on PlayStation. One moment, I'm gonna check. That's not it. Actually, I think these are the ones I've downloaded. It would be PlayStation Plus, because... yeah. Sonic Forces on PlayStation. I think I got to the first boss in Sonic Forces, and I got stuck on it, and I haven't touched it since. Okay, let's more put it this way. I gave Sonic a shot. I didn't like it. And... Canada, they've had it too good for too long. Nah, I'm just kidding. I've never been there either. Again, I would like to go to Canada one time in my life, just to check it out. Um, so I'll always joke and I'll be like, "What is the worst Mario game in my opinion?" Hmm. Now that is a great question. I just knocked out another light. That's a great question, actually. Um. That gives a lot of food for thought, actually. Sorry, I had to yawn there. Huh. I'd have to say, if I'm being completely honest here, I completely dislike any and all of the Mario and Luigi games. Like the Mario and Luigi RPGs. Not Super Mario RPG. That one's actually pretty cool. But the Mario and Luigi games, I'm actually not a big fan of. What country? I am in America. but the Mario and Luigi games, it I like the story. It's just the gameplay, in my opinion, is just monotonous. Like, it's just boring to me. That's a mess hall for the crew. Probably the engineers. But yeah, I just don't like. I just can't get into them. Not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying, like, I just never had a fan. Have I ever encountered a Karen? Yes, but I'm going to stick to one story at a time, so I don't cut myself off mid-story. Uh, but yeah, the Mario and Luigi games are just... They're not bad, they're just... I just never... I've only played 3 of them. Oh no, I played 4. I played Partners in Time. I've played Superstar Saga, Partners in Time, Bowser's Inside Story, and Dream Team. So pretty much the first 4. I've never played, God, what, did they do one after Dream Team? Or was, yeah, it was Paper Jam they did after Dream Team. And I haven't played the remakes. I played the originals, but I haven't played the remakes of Partners in Time or Superstar Saga. I don't know, I just find it so boring. And Karen's story, okay, let's see if I can tell one that's actually child friendly. Okay, I'll just so we don't have any confusion here, I work at a Burger King. Yay! So I deal with people like Karens a lot. In fact, about once a week. Unfortunately, I can't really tell any of these stories on YouTube because of the colorful language that they all use. So, that is... so unfortunately, I cannot tell you guys any stories. But just let it brew in your mind. Opinions on Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey, I've never played it. I've played it once, never mind. I think it's a very good 3D Mario game. Like I think it's up there with Galaxy and Sunshine and all that. I think it's a very good game. I played the demo in Walmart when they had it. And I remember, like, I would ask my mother, hey, if I stay put here, you know, you go finish your shopping, I'll stay here. And she'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine, you know. Just, you know, make sure you stay here so that... And this was when I was younger. Odyssey came out in 2017, 2018. So I guess not that far. 5 years ago, I was... 5, 6 years ago, I was, you know... Still a boy. Now I'm a man. But, but, yeah, my mother would go, go do her shopping, leave me be. I never beat the demo of Super Mario Odyssey. I never did beat the demo, but I loved it. And now that I have a Nintendo Switch, I will probably never play it. I am fairly tired. But I'm going to do this. Do this video. So before we get into any questions, any more questions, I've been watching a lot of the old Team Fortress 2 stuff, the TF2 stuff, like all the funny like animations that were made of it, like Pimations series on it. I've been rewatching some of the videos from the developers themselves. Like, I think it's the funniest thing ever, honestly. And if I was feeling a little bit better, I would try to do some of the voice impressions, but I really don't want to hurt my voice. Because it doesn't feel like anything's wrong with it. But if I've done it before where I overexert it and I hurt it to the point I can't talk. So I'm just keeping it at a normal speaking voice for now. But I got to the one where the I teleported bread part. But metagaming. Speaking of, have any of you actually watched the videos where the the Team Fortress 2, like the voice actors actually play the game for the first time? It is the funniest thing. You have the guy who's trying to who voices the spy trying to stab somebody in the back. And it takes him like 20 minutes to figure out, but it's so great because they're like they're you can see they're just having so much fun with it. It's great. It really is, because yes, this is the engine room down here. It's not 100% accurate, as I do need to add some of the catwalks and, the controls, but that's the engines compared. Here, let's grab an armor stand, because that's actually, like, pretty accurate. Armor stand versus one of Titanic's engines. You can see it is quite a big, quite the size. Because, like, if I feel like if I fly up around it, it doesn't seem as big. Yeah, these engines, oh, forgive me if this isn't right, were, let's see, G, down to the Orlop deck, or down to the tank top. Again, let's see. I think these engines are like 5 stories tall, or something like that. Like they're the same height as a 5-story building. If that's any consolation. Those are supposed to be ovens. I always hate when, like, I show this world off to my family a lot. Is it morning in America? It is it is 10 till 10 where I live. Of course, it's different in different parts of the country when you're up against the East Coast, the Philippines. The Philippines. Oh yeah, you guys are. Yeah, you guys. Sorry, I was thinking. Oh my God, I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to be hated for this. I'm gonna say it anyway. I thought the Philippines were close to Norway for some reason. No, the Philip. I have an itch in my back. I gotta scratch my back on the wall because I can't reach that itch. Ah, yes, that felt pretty good. Wait, where are the Philippines again? Can you do a wheel spin of what you... I don't want to hurt my voice if it comes up soldier. I can't do the heavy, that's for sure. I know I've tried Asia. Oh, so you guys are north of... Oh, yeah, you guys are north of the... You guys are north of Australia. Yeah. Okay, that's what I was thinking of. It was either the Caribbean or the Philippines. I couldn't remember which was what the names were for them. I'm so sorry. I really am. Yeah, you guys... Wait, you guys are about an hour behind? It's weird because it is 9:51 here on the eastern coast of the 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 uh, the U.S. So I don't know if you guys are like a few more hours behind, or if you typed that wrong, or I'm going nuts, which is I didn't sleep, which is causing it. Oh God. Anyway, I did see somebody else slid into the chat there, so hello there. I don't want to butcher your name, so I'm just gonna give... Huh? Oh, it's because it's a wooden pressure plate. That's why I turned on. Oh God. Now I'm obligated to do it. Oh, that's gonna be great. I've never done impressions in front of an audience. I should probably warn you guys. The sniper, the Australian one. Great! I tell you what. If this stream gets 10 likes, I will do its own dedicated Team Fortress 2 impression video. This video can get 10 likes. If you guys would like to see me make a fool of myself trying to do the Team Fortress 2 characters, reading some iconic lines, ruining my reputation. But if you guys would like to see that, I will do its own dedicated video. I will save it for its own special video. I don't like getting put on the spot there. Well, that stinks. What? That doesn't just stink, that sucks. As Peanut from Jeff Dunham would put it. I just gotta go in like that, put a light there, put a light back there. Da da da, da da da. I've been going for 2.5 hours. It doesn't feel like that long, really. The captain's room is up. I don't have that much of the ship built. Where am I? Why am I in that hallway? For an example of... Might be smart. Easier to go up to the... Okay, we're on D deck right now. We are still underneath... We're still in the black part of the hall. For an example. This is C deck. I have all of this mapped out. I just need to update it with the flooring and like the overhead supports. Here's some first class hall rooms. Here's the aft grand staircase. There were 2 on Titanic. We go down this fairly long hallway, blah blah blah, fairly long hallway. Here is the grand staircase with the purser's office and the inquiry office, which is, I think that's the inquiry office. That's the purser's office. My memory is kind of failing me on Titanic. And then if you just go up past that, I have all this mapped out for like some like B deck rooms, like the big fancy pants first class rooms. Let's see what else we got here. A kitchen, like kitchen and galley. Another dining room. The Cafe Parisian is right here. Second class lounge, I believe this is. Yeah, this is the second class lounge. In front of that is, I believe, a second class bar. If I can... Yeah, this is like... One of these is lounge, one of these is, I believe, a dining room. But I'm going to check that out real quick on B deck. Make sure I'm not making, an absolute idiot of myself. Oh no, this is the second class smoke room. I'm sorry. This is just the second class entrance. And then they get this little bit of deck space here. Yeah, this is pretty much what I do for this. I map out the rooms like this, put all the doors in that inn. I'll go on Encyclopedia Titanica, the website, for the deck plans. Now you do actually have to pay, I think it's like $10 a month or something like that, to actually zoom in on them, on the deck plan, so you can actually see them. And then I design the rooms and all that after what I see on the plans. So that's pretty much how I do this. I don't have any like the first class lounge, the reading and writing room, any of this, any of these rooms. Like, I don't have any of that done quite yet. but we are getting there slowly but surely. Who is my favorite YouTuber? Um, I'd have to say I have three. I have three favorite YouTubers. I'd have to go with Markiplier for sure. He's definitely top one, the top dog YouTuber that I always watch. Um, I should not be failing this close. I need to look through my subscriptions to see who all I have on there. Just to get I do quite enjoy a YouTuber by the name of Shugga Conroy. If you guys have ever heard of him, he's like the oldest Nintendo YouTuber that still posts like Let's Plays to this day. And I'd probably go with Game Theory. Game Theory is a good one. I just joined. Oh no, that Discord server is currently. I am not in that Discord server, and that's a fun story I'll tell in another episode. Or if you guys want to rewind to separate videos, I do not recommend joining that server. Because it is more or less a dead server at this point. I did lose my Discord account, so I am no longer posting anything on that Discord server. So just for future reference, because I don't want anybody joining and trying to get my attention and me not being able to respond. I am going to make a new Discord server. But until I do that, where am I? I'm a little bit farther, going a little bit farther down than what I need to go. But until I make a new Discord server, one that I can actually monitor, please do not join that server, as a few people do go on that server and post some not safe for work things. And yeah, we've had to ban many people. Yeah. Alright. If you guys want to join it just to see like what the community is talking about, by all means go ahead. I have no... If you guys actually want to like join it just to... But yeah, I don't recommend it. Because if like a spammer comes on, I try to keep stuff family friendly. That's kind of what I aim for. Is to keep things family friendly on this channel. And some people try to not make this family friendly at times. So, viewer discretion is advised. That's what I was trying to say. Alright, how much more of this galley do I have left to do? I have this, the dining rooms, and I think a few second-class rooms to actually build. But if I was like really focused on like this and nothing else, I probably would have gotten D-Deck done this video. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Unfortunately. Crap. Yeah, now I just got a lot of second-class rooms to... Oh, I didn't actually watch the Mario movie. A few of me and my friends were gonna go. There were 3 of us that were gonna go, and then one of my buddies. Yeah, there were 3 of us going to watch the movie. One person in the group watched the movie before we did. It was me, Fury's Pack, and someone else. And that other person watched it before, like, me and Fury's Pack got to it. And we still have not watched it to this day. Yeah, I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Sorry, I am fairly tired. I also need to get my laptop on charge. I gotta find the charger. Thank you. I've worked in a kitchen like this before. Not on a boat, of course, but a kitchen. Alright, guys, so, I'm gonna do a little fly-through of what we've done this episode. Oh, I didn't put any of the supports in on the roof. Oh, crap. I'm gonna have to do that. Probably off camera. So, we've done we've switched the straight oak plank wood flooring from oak planks to this this fancy schmancy carpet design. When will part 3 come out? I'm not sure. Soon. If it isn't tomorrow, which it probably won't be tomorrow, it's not going to be tomorrow. I'm working tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be later today, next week. I'm not sure. But part 3 isn't going to be as long as this part 2 was. But anyway, we did the carpet area on the first class dining room. Or dining saloon. We did the first class pantry for the waiters, as well as the bits for the chefs and the cooks. And we also did the first and second class galley, or the kitchen. Like so. Depending on how much I do off camera, we'll do the, we'll finish D-Deck in part 3 for sure. It just depends on how much I actually do off camera. I can't actually give an accurate guess on what's going to get done off camera, or what's going to get done in the next episode. So, I do hope you all enjoyed this this continuation of yesterday's episode. The next episode we'll just finish D-Deck. And I might do and we'll see when the rest of it comes out. But so I do hope y'all enjoyed. I'd like to thank all of the new viewers for tuning in, chatting with us, and I hope to see them around the channel in the in the near future, or foreseeable future works too. So I do hope you all enjoyed. I will see all of you in the next episode. I'm trying to get far enough away from the back wall so I don't punch anything important. Bye bye.